Matthew Lesker with WSGW here at Radio Center, and let's get things started. With a look at your weather, over at the airport, it's sunny at 72. Over in Midland, it's sunny at 71. Over in Lansing, it's sunny at 73. Down in Flint, it's sunny at 74. Over in Bad Axe, it's sunny at 68. Over in Ann Arbor, it's sunny at 76. Over in Grand Rapids, it's mostly sunny at 74. Over in Mount Pleasant, it's sunny at 71. Here at Radio Center, it's sunny at 72. We have northwest winds at 8 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.00, and it's steady. Our humidity is at 45%, our high for the day is at 76, and our low for the day is at 52. Our sunrise was at 5:54 this morning, and our sunset will be at 9:18 tonight. Let's take a quick look at your weather forecast. Today, it's going to be mostly sunny early in the evening, highs in the upper 70s, north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, chance of rain is 20%. Tonight, it's going to be clear, lows in the lower 50s, north winds up to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, sunny in the morning, then becoming partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s, northeast winds up to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, it's going to be mostly cloudy, lows in the upper 50s, southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. On Sunday, it's going to be warmer, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 80s, south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. On Sunday night, it's not as cool, partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, lows in the lower 70s, chance of rain is at 20%. On Monday, mostly sunny, highs in the upper 90s, heat index readings in the upper 90s. On Tuesday, it's going to be partly cloudy, a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, highs in the mid-90s, chance of rain is 30%, heat index readings in the upper 90s. On Tuesday night, it's going to be partly cloudy, lows in the mid-70s. On Juneteenth, it's going to be partly cloudy, highs in the mid-90s. Then on Wednesday night, it's going to be partly cloudy, lows around 70. Then on Thursday, partly cloudy, highs in the lower 90s. Now, we have a special presentation on your weather forecast from Michigan Ag Today's Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin.
Mostly dry for your Friday over Michigan. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Let's take a look at that Michigan Ag weather update. Moisture came through last night, yesterday afternoon, and that sets us up here for a little bit. We're dry for your Friday. We're going to be dry for most of your Saturday as well. Beautiful start to the weekend. Some moisture coming into the upper Midwest on Sunday. Good rains through Minnesota, Wisconsin, and the UP. I think the UP can pick up 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of rain for Sunday. But we don't see anything getting into lower Michigan until late Sunday afternoon and evening. And that's going to be central and northern parts of lower Michigan, where we can see, 1/10 to 1/2 an inch of moisture or so. That does prime the pump, though, for Monday to see some hit-and-miss scattered shower action, again, central and northern parts of Michigan. Late Monday night, Tuesday, we see a little pop-up action with heat-based thunderstorms in southern Michigan, very minor coverage. But then we're mostly dry through Tuesday and Wednesday as well. Late Wednesday night, Thursday, we have a frontal boundary trying to sag through. Heat-based thunderstorms are going to be part of that. I don't think we see full coverage for Wednesday night, Thursday, but maybe 30 to 40%. And then the rest of the week, I think we're looking at mostly strong thunderstorms farther north into the UP and Lake Superior, Ontario areas right now. Next week is going to be a little bit cooler as a frontal boundary finally sags through, but that's the one thing that we don't want to overlook here. The heat this coming week is going to be quite substantial. That's the way your forecast is stacking up. I'm meteorologist Ryan Martin.
Yeah, so as you heard it, it's going to be pretty nice. Right now, it's currently beautiful outside. I wish I could be out there for myself, but, I'm here in the studio. Up next, we have Gary Kaufman from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer. But first, we'd like to remind you that your weather has been brought to you by Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today.
My mistake. We actually have Cody Harris from Star of the West. Mr. Cody Harris, how are you doing this morning?
Doing good. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. What are the markets doing today to close out this week?
Well, I wish I had some good news for you here today, but the end of we look like we got all three commodities in the red here this morning. Kind of to get it over with real quick here, at least the bad news part, anyways. We got cash wheat that's down 4 at the moment. 6.11 on the white, 5.21 on the red. New crop wheat that's also down 4, 6.11 on the white, 5.21 on the red. Look over at cash corn that's down 4 at 3.75. New crop corn also down 4 at 4.09. And then looking over at soybeans, cash soybeans are down 3 at 11.12, and new crop soybeans are down 5 at 10.75.
Now, what's causing the markets to do what they're doing?
Well, it seems like right now we're kind of sitting in a little bit of a weather market here today. Weather actually kind of been beneficial, at least in the short term, kind of a mixture of mostly warm and dry weather and some showers, and especially as far as kind of corn's concerned. It's almost kind of what the doctor ordered kind of on the most of the corn belt to finish up some seeding and for those growing degree days. So that's kind of putting a little pressure on the markets. In addition to that, we're looking at South American corn harvest. They're about 43% or 40.3% complete here, Matthew. That's a little bit ahead of schedule, and crop looks fairly good down there. So you're getting a little bit of pressure from some nice weather and also some updated reports from South America on how their harvest is going. And I guess kind of the one that's been really getting beat up, I think wheat's been actually trading down for the 11th time, I think, in the past 2 weeks, or at least 3 weeks anyways. So that's been really getting hit, and that's most because Ukraine, their crop is coming along a little better than expected, and exports are shipping out a little better than we were expecting, especially as far as the drought concerns and kind of the tariffs that have been put on in that region. So as far as that's concerned, that's really what's driving the market here today.
Thank you, Mr. Cody. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you.
Yep, have a great weekend. Mr. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. Up next, we have Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer joining us, but first, this.
The market report is brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Frankenmuth. So if you're in the market for a new Ram professional truck or a Ram heavy-duty truck, and you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is, now is the time to go to Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where Family and Service sells cars. And don't forget, employee pricing for all on new Ram heavy-duty trucks in stock at Schaefer and Beerline. Market report also brought to you by Thumb Bank, making agricultural loans since 1895. Thumb Bank helps you to stay up to date on industry trends and trends of your operation. Thumb Bank, they've got locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust, equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Sliding over to Oppenheimer now, Doug Klein joining us. Good morning, Mr. Doug. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. What are the markets doing today?
Well, we got a little bit of red today. Not horrible. Crude oil had its best week in about 2 months. It's holding up about $78 a barrel. Of course, something to do with the petrodollar coming undone. So we'll have to see where that takes us. I don't know. Maybe the U.S. has lost their control over the price of crude oil for the foreseeable future. I don't know. Like I said, we'll have to see where that takes us. The precious metals, they're gaining back quite a bit today, not quite what they lost the other day. So again, just still volatile. So here's your numbers. July corn 453 down 5.5. December corn 473.5 down 2.5. July soybeans 1186 3/4 down 2 3/4. November soybeans 1154.5 down 5 3/4. July wheat is 616.5 down 3.5, and December wheat 655.25 down 5.5. Crude oil is 77.88 down 38 cents. Heating oil is 247.08 down a penny and a half. Gasoline is 241.09 down about a half a penny. Natural gas is 297.5. That's down 3.5 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.3744 Canadian. That's just about unchanged. The dollar buys 157.23 yen. That's up 21 ticks. The euro's coming down just a bit, 106.96, down 39 ticks. And the dollar's at 105.57, up 38 ticks. Gold is at 23.31.10, up 25.20 an ounce. Silver's 29.20, up 13 cents. Platinum's at 957.60, up $3, and then copper's at 446.40. That's down a penny and a half.
Thank you, Mr. Doug. Anything else we should be aware about?
Oh no, happy weekend.
Yeah, I feel it. Thank you so much, Mr. Doug. I hope you have a great
Take care.
weekend.
Yep, you too.
Thank you. Bye-bye now. We will be right back.
Farm Service is being brought to you by Freeland Bean and Grain. Getting ready for the planting season next year? It's not too early. All you got to do is give certified crop advisor Vic Hupfer a call at Freeland Bean and Grain. He's got the answers to any questions you might have. Freeland Bean and Grain. Since 1983, where serving you is their business. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Rummel Agency because, they understand the risks that you have as a Michigan farmer and an agribusiness owner. Now, they know that every farm they vary, like the crops in the fields. They know also that you are more than a number. They want to have a conversation with you. They want to get to know you. They want to get to know your family, your goals, and dreams for the future, and how important these things are to you. One-on-one, that's what it's all about, to get the right farm insurance protection for you and your family. See them today. Give them a call. Frankenmuth, Saginaw, and Caro, the Rummel Insurance Agency. Brought to you today by the folks at Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw, your complete parts and service headquarters for light, medium, and heavy-duty trucks and trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. Quality parts and service at very competitive prices for well over 45 years. 800-358-4751 or buy online at truckspring.com. And don't forget, they're open Monday through Friday till 11 p.m.
Up next, we have a Michigan Ag Today segment, and CJ Miller talks about a new farm bill by Republicans and how it's different than the farm bill submitted by Democrats.
Well, earlier this week, Republicans on the Senate Ag Committee released their framework for a new farm bill. But just how different are their proposals from the ones that were put out just last month by Senate Ag Committee Democrats?
Some key differences that are going to define the debate going forward are primarily in places like the nutrition title and what the proposals are that the different leaders have.
And that's Joby Young, Executive Vice President of American Farm Bureau.
Another piece is what the conservation programs look like going forward. They've made a lot of progress in the last few months moving closer together on conservation, but there's still a little bit of pencil sharpening left to go to have some final agreement on that piece.
And even though there are distinct policy differences when it comes to the Farm Bill, such as funding for SNAP, as well as whether additional oversight should be in place for the Commodity Credit Corporation, Young says there are some commonalities from both sides.
What we're seeing in the proposals that are coming out from all of our leaders on the Ag Committee is the broad recognition that the ag provisions of the Farm Bill do need some updates, like looking at our ag programs and updating pieces of that to meet the economic changes we've seen over the last few years, the value of crop insurance and finding ways to improve it.
So what's next for the Senate Ag Committee?
Well, what we're hoping for is now that Chairwoman Stabenow and Ranking Member Bozeman both have proposals out there that are summaries, that we'll see bill text and we'll see a markup scheduled, and they'll take what they put here in sort of outline format and memorialize it and formalize it into bill text so they can go and have a hearing and have a markup and pass the farm bill on the Senate side.
Last month, the House Ag Committee advanced its version of the Farm Bill, and that bill is currently up for consideration before the U.S. House.
Up next, we have a Michigan Ag Today segment about the current sugar beet crops with Kevin Messing.
Well, according to USDA, 85% of Michigan's sugar beet crop is rated in good to excellent condition. And joining us once again is Kevin Messing. He's the East District Agronomy Manager with Michigan Sugar Company. And Kevin, when you hear that 85% of the crop is in such great shape so far, that's got to be pretty encouraging to hear.
It definitely is, CJ. We're sitting here looking, and the crop looks to be in really good shape and off to a great start. So I would agree with that rating. It seems like if things keep going, we get average rains, we'll have maybe another bumper crop this fall.
Kevin, what are some things that Michigan sugar beet grower owners should concern themselves with as we look ahead to the rest of the growing season?
Yeah, so we are nearing mid-June, soon to be late June, which is when we normally start talking about our first fungicide applications to control our leaf spot complex that we battle here in Michigan. With some of these early plantings, and as this crop is rated so well, we have some advanced growth where we're a little bit further along than we were last year and in other years. So we're having some conversations with growers now talking about that leaf spot and maybe making that first application a little bit earlier, especially as you get to some of these first planted fields that have closed rows now. A lot of that canopy is where we get that high humidity trapped in there, which creates that strong disease environment. So those are some of the conversations we've been talking about. You know, last week, CJ, we talked about keeping this crop healthy and looking at making these fungicide applications to prevent leaf spot during the growing season.
Once again, Kevin Messing, East District Agronomy Manager with Michigan Sugar Company.
We will be right back.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. How easily soil gets moved with a 1 Series tractor. Or how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat.
Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's locations in Auburn Hills, Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Caro, Fenton, Lapeer, Marlette, Reese, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit Tri-County Equipment online at tricountyequipment.com.
I have said, look, we can't sit here and just talk about politics all day, every day.
The Art Lewis Show.
There's too much else going on in the community, and we're part of the community. So it's our responsibility to bring up issues in the community, both positives and once in a while negatives. You take the good with the bad. I was interviewed, a year and a half ago, asked me, are there many people in the state that do this anymore? And the answer, unfortunately, is no. There's not a lot of it anymore.
The Art Lewis Show. Weekday mornings at 9 on WSGW. The WSGW Morning Team.
The WSGW online poll is about speed limit alerts in vehicles. In California, lawmakers are considering a law to require all new vehicles sold in the state by 2032 to be able to alert drivers when exceeding the speed limit by 10 miles per hour. Now, because California's auto market is so large, if it does become law, automakers would probably make it standard on all new vehicles. GPS technology would be used to track different posted speed limits. This would be done to increase safety and help slow drivers down. It's been used in the European Union for years. Last year, the National Transportation Safety Board recommended it should be standard, but the NTSB can only recommend, it can't make law. The WSGW online poll for you: should new vehicles be required to have speed limit technology to warn you if you're going too fast? It's yes, it's no, it's I'm not sure. Head to WSGW.com, scroll down the homepage, and make your online poll vote.
Your Morning Team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
Hi, this is Mike Avery, and here's what's coming up this week on Outdoor Magazine. First, Nick Grillo from Michigan Brand Meats talks about an Ontario bear hunt. Then Bob Ransom of Primal Outdoors. In our second hour, it's John Up on a new straight-walled cartridge for Michigan deer hunters, plus Ed Eich from the DNR. And in hour number 3, Pete Patsalis of Hook One Charters. Listen Saturday mornings at 6 and Sundays at 9 on WSGW.
Up next, we should have Chuck Cervinsky from Maple Hill. Mr. Chuck, are you there?
I am here.
How are you doing today, sir?
Hey, pretty good. Pretty good. Let's talk a little bit about summer weather and watering our landscape plants. The last few weeks, we've seen some warm temperatures and then some cooling, along with a lack of rain that we don't really normally see until July. And we've had some days with gusty winds like we had yesterday. And these conditions have started to put a little bit of stress on newly planted landscape plants and lawns. And right now, it's imperative that we keep trees and shrubs that we just planted watered on a regular basis. A good rule of thumb is to water every other day and keep those plants moist. A typical lawn sprinkler system is not real adequate for larger trees and shrubs. Watering by hand right now is still the most effective way to water these new plantings, as the water gets directed right at the base of the root system, and the chance for evaporation is really minimal. It's best to water in the morning hours to ensure that the water is taken in the foliage. If you get any on that, it dries off rapidly to minimize the disease potential. And as far as the lawn, the same thing. A lawn needs to be watered right now. A lawn needs about an inch of water per week, and it's best to water the lawn, in the early morning hours, again, to avoid the evaporation.
Great information. How can we get a hold of you, Mr. Chuck?
You can give me a call here at 989-835-4708 at the store. You can also visit our website, www.maplehillmidland.com.
Now, what are your hours this weekend and where are you located?
We are here today, 8 to 5. Tomorrow, Saturday, 8 to 4. Sunday, we are also here, noon to 4. And we're at 2672 North Eastman Road, just past the Monroe intersection.
Thank you kindly. Mr. Chuck, I hope you have a great weekend.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good. Chuck Servinsky over at Maple Hill Nursery. We will be right back.
The versatile Kubota B Series is a do-it-all tractor. Run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. It features a hydrostatic transmission and is simple to maintain. The Kubota B Series. It makes the hard work look easy. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
See Kim Weiss at Lingle Equipment, 3001 Sawyer Drive along I-75 at the M81 Carroll exit just south of the Zilwaukee Bridge, Saginaw. Call Kim today at 989-754-7801 or email at k.weiss@lingle1.com.
Did you know that today in 2024 you can still buy a brand new SUV for $21,000? I'm Steve Cook from Cook Chevrolet in Vassar, and I think that's incredible. At a time when everyone in the country is complaining about inflation, at the Cook Superstore, the new and improved Chevy Trax is still available, starting as low as $21,000. I can't remember a time when you could buy any SUV for only $21,000. Well, you can today. And more great news is that at Cook Chevrolet, Chevy Equinoxes are still leasing from $233. Chevy Blazers, still only $269, and Silverados are still available from under $300 a month. Whether you want to buy a Chevy Trax or lease a bigger Chevrolet, get out today to Cook Chevrolet, M15 Top of the Hill in Vassar, where we fight inflation every day.
Payments based on 24-month GM employee and family lease, 10,000 miles per year and includes all rebates. $2,000 cash down due at signing. Call or visit us online at cookchevysuperstore.com. Chevy, together, let's drive.
Now, a WSGW Morning Team memorable moment.
So what are we supposed to do with this? Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says here is warning airlines to be ready when wireless companies power up their 5G service next month. He told an airline group Friday that planes won't be allowed to land in poor visibility if they lack equipment to avoid radio interference from 5G. Some aviation experts believe the signals could interfere with equipment that measures the height of planes above the ground. The Federal Communications Commission says, we're granting the licenses. There's no risk of interference. You'll be okay. What do you do with that? You got the FCC saying, no risk. And you got the Transportation Secretary saying, don't land if there's poor visibility, if there's 5G boosting. We're talking the Transportation Secretary and the FCC. It's the same government. Someone get your stories right, please.
Your Morning Team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
Now let's take another quick look at your weather. For the rest of today and tonight, it's going to be mostly sunny. Then it's going to be highs in the upper 70s, north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain is 20%. For later tonight, it's going to be clear, lows in the lower 50s, north winds up to 10 miles per hour. Then on Saturday, it's going to be sunny in the morning, then becoming partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s, northeast winds up to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, it's going to be mostly cloudy, lows in the upper 50s, southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. On Sunday, it's going to be warmer, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 80s, south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Sunday night, it's not as cool, partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, lows in the lower 70s, chance of rain is 20%. On Monday, it's going to be mostly sunny, highs in the upper 90s, heat index readings in the upper 90s. On Monday night, it's going to be partly cloudy, lows in the mid 70s. Then on Tuesday, it's going to be partly cloudy, a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, heat in the mid 90s, chance of rain is at 30%, heat index readings in the upper 90s. We now conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coins in Bay City, 602 North Euclid Avenue.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.